I will say this is one of the most important. It is not to question only energy, but the point is to say what energy is for and what we can organize as a trans energy services to support the process. So, because the main concern when we speak about energy is that usually people speak about the offer, or we are going to produce, or we are going to arrange many things. And for my perception, and also this is the work of my NGO, we are working on a systemic approach, and we are absolutely convinced that there are three sister pillars. The first one is sobriety, so it means use energy only when it's absolutely necessary. And this is the first pillar. Many people just forget about it, but this is the main important ones. The second one is energy efficiency. Why? Because when you are obliged to use energy, you can use in the better way it's necessary, but only absolutely the small amounts just necessary for the services. And when you are obliged to use energy, after efficiency, you can use renewables. And here, this is the three pillars we can work on. And at an international level, this is the only message now everybody understands. And even if you go to the negotiation process, on the climate change process, now they try to reintroduce renewables and energy efficiency as one of the pillars. And it's quite recent. It's quite recent because before Lima, everybody was speaking about targets. So it's good. Targets about what? About climate change, about greenhouse gases abatement, about adaptation, why not about resiliency? It was good. But now, because they try and they need to be as practical as possible, they try to put some sector to prioritize action. And renewables and energy efficiency are now one of the 6 pillars they want to focus on to, let's say, scale up the international agreements to be achieved in Paris. So this is to say that even if it is obvious for all professionals, this has been a long road to make everybody feel convinced. And again, if we go back to the energy services, one pillar is to have the vision about what is the real price of the services, what is the real price of energy. And again, we can reintroduce energy subsidies, we can reintroduce many concerns, buildings, cities, transports, to at least scale up the process. So this will be maybe the topic of this session. So I will be the first presenter, so I will not repeat my first introduction words, but let's say that I'm convinced absolutely that now this is maybe one of the sessions we need to really keep in mind. Also back to the finance one, because technology is an item, it will be the future, but without the appropriate scheme to scale up the things, it will be just be, okay, one demonstrative project, programs, why not national strategy, but at least we will miss the point. So this is maybe the topic of the session. So it will be an open session, so it means we will have only 10 minutes to present our speech, 10, 12, let's say, okay, because we are not so much. But at the end, the point also is to exchange. And I imagine all the presentation will be available. So if some of you want the presentation, we can give them. But I think the foundation will disseminate all the presentation after. Okay?